Good morning, Toby. Yeah. You know what day it is today? Do you know what day? It is finally the day that my deck is showing up at my house. Yeah, it's been on back order and you name it. It's something to do with the steel beams. They needed to have a cantilevered bow put on them. Cantilevered bow? Yeah. You know these empty semis that you see driving down the interstate or highway, the flatbeds that are bowed when they're empty? That's what these beams needed to have done to them. And something about the big COVID or whatever it is, it was hard to do. And well, let's go. Let's go, Toby. You want to go see? I better not bring you with. I'd hate to have you flattened out like a pancake. See you at my house. You know, there's very few things that get me excited anymore. This is almost like, well, you know, the feeling you have when you have that first car in mind of buying when you're in high school. Yeah, that's the feeling I'm having. Let's go see what Amy's doing. Yeah, here we go. Amy! I was gonna bring Toby with, but I didn't want him to get squashed. Hey, where'd them sticky traps go?
I put them away. I didn't really want everyone to see that we have sticky traps laying around.
Yeah, the mice, or mouse, the one mouse got in the house because of some situations out with the wiring sockets being left open, but today they're here to put the deck up. You know, all my luck, today just had to be the day that Chet wanted to go get the corn head home. So now, I'm stuck holding you guys and feeling pretty intimidated about having to maybe do some of this outside in front of people. How you doing? Oh, you went and lost your head again. So there's steel beams out there. And I'll maybe just stop talking and wait till there's some better action going on outside. So you guys can go out and check out Chet, see what he's doing.
Well guys, I made it back home safe and sound, no trouble, just a lot of fuel and only one check engine light, but that's okay. It wasn't flashing, so that means you don't have to stop, right? So that thing, I think we're gonna park that away. It's supposed to be field ready. I'm sure it'll get brought in the shop and looked over for sure. We have to do some work to these curtains like I was pointing out in the last video. May West makes those poly things that go on here. Obviously these are deteriorating. We're definitely going to add them plus some stock stompers, and when it's in the shop we'll look it over, but that'll either be this winter or next summer. So we can park that away. Let's go see what the guys are up to. Do you want to explain why I have to buy a new battery charger?
You haven't showed them what you did?
Me?
Was it
See,
me?
remember in the last video recently I said how booby traps are set up? And I was in fear that Duggo was going to do this. And Duggo then didn't move the tractor because it was dead, so then we're charging it. And now then Eric comes the next day, you know, in the rushing speed that he normally is doing.
Here I'm trying to save you money by getting this out quick because the door was open, you know, heat's going right out. And yeah, I didn't look at all my surroundings before I backed up.
So, you know, they normally come square.
Honestly,
and
I
with
think
all the cords attached to it.
It's a good test. See, this is a Stanley and that's junk. Black & Decker is going to last a lot longer. I bet you could run that over.
Well, I have a feeling that this is, there's water in it even.
Well, it was in the flood when I was using the fire hose. This might still work. I cut it clean. It could be used again. Those are good leads.
Well, That's junk.
I kind of feel sorry for him. I asked him if I could film, and they said, yeah, as long as everything goes good. But the pressure's on him. That got close. So, Amy, you want to explain to him how come we chose to do the concrete deck patio? Deck
Patio is, yeah. Well, we did have a maintenance-free deck on the other side of the house when we first moved here 18 years ago. And the thing cracked and
warped,
and
discolored,
pieces fell off the
all of
post.
the above. So the maintenance-free decking is nothing that we wanted to go down. She also wanted a, what, 4-season porch thing underneath. So, oh, how convenient. I bet it's Chet. Yeah, it's Chet. Hang on, guys. We'll be back. Well, we're back. Chet's always bothering us. Where were we? Oh, yes. The cement versus the maintenance-free stuff. So.
Yeah, and then when we priced it, it wasn't extraordinarily more at that time, and so we're like, and the other part is we get extreme winds coming off the lake here.
We're sitting in near northwest, so all that wind comes right off the lake and is very brutal. So the price of the maintenance-free decking with a rain gutter system underneath it to make a 4-season porch out of it brought us right up to the concrete and steel beam structure. So
Here we are.
that should be for life. Nobody's gonna blow that away, wreck it, fade it.
Right.
So let's watch the rest of it. So if you're wondering why we're doing this, for those of you that have been watching for a while, know that we always had that door there that went to nowhere. Well, it was like 17 years we lived with a door to nowhere, and we finally had to put new windows in the house because the old ones were shot, siding was shot. So we done the rock, something that should last us forever, and so should this deck. I don't know what else to tell you other than owning a house. Yeah, maybe it's better to rent, because now I get to start all over paying for this thing. It's okay, I'm gonna live to 120, so I should have no issues paying for it. Okay, the beams are in place. Now they're gonna set the concrete on top.
Yay! 18 years we've lived here and have never had a deck.
I was telling them that.
Did you tell them that?
I
just
told
thought
them
I
it
would
was
remind
17.
them that.
Well, I haven't forgotten it. You know, I might let them put the first one down without pressure of the camera. Besides, I don't like it when they're looking at me neither. So, we'll wait. Okay, they had time to get the first one on there right. So now we're gonna show it all now. I bet they just love this camera in their face, right, Amy?
Probably not so much.
I know where I'm going when the tornado is coming across the lake. I'm just gonna hide right under there.
So fascinating.
Well, they got the 30-footer now. 30 feet clear span concrete. Do you think I should take that bar and help them out instead of just standing here? You would know the battery would die when I was explaining how the stone guy was going to have to come back now after they pour 3 inches of concrete over the top of this structure. And then the stone guy comes back, he'll bring his stone down to the top of the concrete, creating a pretty much watertight and mouse-proof area. So that's what they're doing. So what do you think? What are the possibilities of him backing that truck up that hill back there? I'm thinking I'll be going back to the farm getting to yank him. Oh, there went the mud pie. Oh, I feel his pain. I'm gonna be going to get the yank 'em. Well, because I'm so slow, I missed it. They had to get the big old, whatever that is, strap that they use for lifting. Got him right out with the bobcat. That's no bobcat, that's a deer cat. Here I thought we were gonna go get the yank 'em. How disappointing. Okay, if you guys have reached the moment of the video where I will explain everything that I thought I explained to you, but now I'm going to tell you really the way it is instead of everything that I have told you. No, that ain't truly truthful neither. But I did mislabel a couple of the words. So I believe I was talking about the time out thinking. There's 2 terms I get confused with: camber, and the camber is actually what I was talking about when I thought I was talking about the cantilever, which I believe is the hangover. That's a cantilever, but the camber is the bow. I don't know if you guys can see that bow in the center 30-foot clear span precast there, but that's the camber. And I actually was comparing that to the semi-trailers that go up and down the road. Well, I'm sure some of you guys that know what I'm talking about when I was talking about that are shaking your heads thinking, well, this guy, why is this guy even talking? Chet, why didn't you stay home and help me out here? So here we got it. I think this will be the area, and that's dangerous when I start thinking for Amy, but this might be the screened in area that Amy has always wanted. She actually wanted this whole thing screened in, but well, that ain't gonna happen. There's no way. And here's the outdoor kitchen. And when they pour the concrete on top next spring, then this should all become rainproof down here. And we will not have to do any of that under gutter or whatever they call that when you build the maintenance-free decking stuff. So I think this will be really nice. Now all we have to do is get the Stone Boys back and get that finished off, and then I don't know what we're gonna do out here, because this here does create a few more problems with how to finish off the face. We're gonna have to box this in and maybe put stone on that. I don't know if we're gonna put stone on the piers or pillars, but oh, it's been a huge project, and because of all the back ordered stuff, and I don't think those guys were deemed essential is what I'm gonna guess, and that's why it all got put on back order. And well, I suppose hotel motels, they got priority on people like us that, I don't know, I'm talking too much again. So there you got it. Never gonna stain a deck again. Well, that's right, I had no deck ever to stain, but I did have my mom and dad's. That's a whole nother story. See you guys later.